There's another one. Oh boy, that's a good hard pull. Man, these stripers are incredible. All right, well, we are on Lake Whitney today on your Southwest Outdoors report, and I've got my brand new Abu Garcia Vendetta rod doubled over with my Revo Toro reel. It holds a bunch of line for this striper fishing, and this thing is not coming up anytime soon. Look at the size of this striper. Easy. I got it. All right. Oh, look at this. Man. He's got a mouthful. Oh, yeah. That is what's still going on at Lake Whitney. Well, there's a big old pig right there, a big toad. And I mentioned earlier that I would give you a quick little report on not just here at Whitney with the golden algae and how it's not affected the fish. I spoke with Randy Woods up at Possum Kingdom Lake, and he told me that a similar situation's going on there, and that the fish all ran to the creeks, they ran up the river, they got away from the golden algae, and the fishing is coming back strong up there as well. He doesn't believe the fishery at Possum Kingdom was impacted at all as well. So good news from both here at Lake Whitney and up at Possum Kingdom. I think we dodged a bullet again this year on the golden algae. All right, so much for that. All right, let's go get a fishing report from Louisiana. Here's Cajun Phil and Kevin.
Friends, Captain Kevin Broussard bringing you the Fox Outdoors Louisiana report. Tell you what, saltwater fishing's fantastic right now. We're up in this shallow water doing some sight casting on some redfish. We got a great day for it, not much wind. Lots of trout getting caught under the burrs. Soft plastic saltwater assessment seems to be the key there. Whew, I tell you what, fishing is fantastic right now. What we're gonna do, we're gonna turn it over to old Cajun Phil, let him give you a bass report. We're gonna put a number on the screen. Got any questions, wanna make a trip, you can give us a call.
Thanks, Captain Kevin, but let's jump over to some bass fishing real quick, because I want to talk about the Chaffalay Basin. We've been getting some fantastic reports from there. Most of the anglers fishing Chaffalay Basin said bass are easy to come by. They're just pitching either small spinnerbait, very small, 1/4 ounce or smaller, small crankbaits and small plastic worms, and pitching them up next to the cypress trees, and they're coming out with some pretty nice bass. A lot of lily pads, a lot of vegetation coming up right now. Early in the morning, I'd probably throw a buzz bait. As far as the brim action in Chaffalay Basin, it is awesome. Bluegill, chickapin, and what we call goggle eye, most people know them as warmouth. They are just filling up ice chests plumb full of brim right now. So the Chaffalay Basin is definitely a place you need to consider. You know, friends, real quick, back on the oil spill, keep in mind, almost all the marsh areas are reopened. Hopedale, Delacroix, all these areas are back open again. The guides need your help. The fish are good. The universities went out there, did a study. They're good to eat. Everything is great.
This week, Barry's Real Fishing spotlights a tropical adventure. Here is some classic footage from Barry's old outdoor trail show featuring peacock bass fishing in Brazil.
Well, we've made it to the fishing grounds just off the Jatapu River here in the Amazon rainforest. We're in a big oxbow lake that's backed up off the main river. In fact, it runs for miles back up in this jungle here. And you can see behind me a bunch of flooded standing timber along the shoreline, and that's where we're going to be fishing for these big peacock bass. Now, I've really geared up with heavy tackle for this trip. I've got a big 7-foot heavy action musky rod with a big handle on the back for leverage. I'm gonna try to get one of these boys on here, and if you hook one of them, they get all down in that timber, you better have some tough, heavy tackle. So what we're gonna do is just start throwing out here in this timber with big, long casts and just ripping the bait, like you can see there, making it create a big ruckus on top of the water. Got it. Big one. Come up here, baby. Come up here, baby. Net, 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 net. Yeah, there is what I came to Brazil to do, folks, right there. Look at that big dude. Woo! How big? 14? 13, 14. Got it. There's one with him. See, now look at this one. Not nearly the brightly colored bars running up and down his side, but still just a giant nonetheless. 17, he said it touched 17 pounds. A lot uglier, but a bigger fish nonetheless. Okay, she's gonna splash me on that. Just as I suspected.
Don't forget that the State of Texas Anglers Rodeo gets started this weekend. There are over $1 million worth of prizes and scholarships being offered this year, but you must be a member of CCA to participate. Visit startournament.org to find out all the information you need to get registered. Stay with us. I've got your Strand Ask the Pro coming next.
The Southwest Outdoors Report, powered by your Texas Chevy dealers, is brought to you by Abu Garcia for life, by Navionics, we start where the road ends, by Whataburger, just like you like it, and by Mercury Outboards, #1 on the water. This is the Southwest Outdoors Report, powered by your Texas Chevy dealers.
Welcome back, everyone. It's time for our Ask the Pro feature, brought to you by Strand, the standard of dependability. Our question this week is from Leon in Dale, Texas, who writes, when it comes to worms, will a 10-inch worm always catch bigger bass than a 7-inch worm? For the answer, here is 9-time Classic qualifier Edwin Evers of Oklahoma.
The difference between a 7-inch worm and a 10-inch worm, you can catch monsters on a 7-inch or even a little 4-inch worm, but for the most part, when I'm throwing a 10-inch worm, I expect to get bigger bites, and I feel like I do get those bigger bites with that 10-inch worm.
Thank you, Edwin. If you have a question for one of the pros, visit our website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. Click on the Strand Ask the Pro link and send us your information. Now let's get you back to Barry for our Whataburger Big Catch of the Week.
Well, I love it when we get to show a kid's first fish, and that's exactly what we have on this week's Big Catch of the Week. This is little Weston McDonald of Midland, Texas, age unknown, but he is a little toot. And look at this first fish, a 2 1/4 pound crappie from Lake Stanford out in West Texas. Now, if you'd like to enter your big fish photo, you can do that at our brand new redesigned website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. You will need to sign up to be a member of our fan club to get access to our members only page. It's free, and you'll get to see my weekly blog and much more. Well, the good news we discovered at Lake Whitney today is not only did this return of the golden algae have very little impact on the water quality and the fishing here, but as a matter of fact, the striper fishing is so good that we could be set up for one of the best striper fishing seasons this summer and fall in many years. And it's a very similar story up at Possum Kingdom. The water quality is good there as well. The fishing was impacted very little, and they're going to have a good season as well. So get out and enjoy the fishing along the Brazos River chain. Don't forget to join us next week for our show. We'll be on at 10:30 Thursday night or immediately after the Texas Rangers baseball game, the post-game show. And you can always get the very latest on our airtime at our website at southwestoutdoorsreport.com. We keep it up to date each day. Thanks for joining us. See you next week. Until then, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.